Okay, hello everyone. Today we are going to study with you guys page 17. In this page, we are going to talk about family and friends. As we have studied before the present simple tense, we will just do some examples about the present simple tense here. Let's get started. Complete the sentences with the verbs in the correct form. My husband comes from Belgium. As I mentioned before, in the present simple tense, we talk about the general truths, which is, for example, if her husband is from Belgium, which is always true. So we use here present simple tense. Her husband here, it is a he. He comes from Belgium. You see, we have suffix here of present simple tense. Easy. My grandmother, so she lives in the next town. You see, suffix of present simple tense. My mother love reading. She loves reading. Okay, my father travels a lot in his job. Travels. So we just put s, suffix s, at the end of the verb. My sister speaks Spanish very well. Speaks. Okay, she wants to learn French too. She wants to learn French too. What is the difference between she wants to learn French and the my sister speaks Spanish very well? These are general truths, okay? If she speaks Spanish very well now, in the future, we expect that this person is going to speak Spanish very well again. So if she wants to learn French now, so in the near future or in the future, she wants to learn again French. So, which is generally true. That's why we use present simple tense. My little brother watches TV a lot. It's like he's doing this as a hobby, like every day. So we use present simple tense. Watches. Only with some of the verbs here, we use es or sometimes we use s. You just can memorize this and you will feel it when you need to use es and when you need to use only s. You will just understand this from the examples. My friend Tom writes a blog on the internet. He is not doing this job only today. He always does this job. That's why we use present simple tense. My friend Tom writes a blog on the internet. Okay, that's it. Let's match the questions to the sentences in exercise 5 to continue the conversations. Okay. My husband comes from Belgium, right? This is the first sentence. And then how we can continue the conversation? We can ask, where exactly in Belgium? From where? Which city? Okay. And then my grandmother lives in the next town. What we can ask, lives in the next town. So does she visit you often? You can ask. This is for 2. My mother loves reading. What does she read? This is the third one. So after this sentence, what we can ask, we match them. So my husband comes from Belgium. It goes here. My grandmother lives in the next town. It goes here. So another person asking, does she visit you often? My mother loves reading. What does she read? Okay. My father travels a lot in his job. Where does he go? Okay, this is the fourth. And then my sister speaks Spanish very well. She wants to learn French too. So, does she want to be an interpreter? This is the fifth one. Because if she knows Spanish and she wants to learn French, so she might be an interpreter in the future. I guess you know this word. If you don't know, check it from the internet. Interpreters just translates from some languages to another language. This is their job. My friend Tom writes a blog on the internet. Or no, my little brother watches TV a lot. We missed this. So watches TV a lot. So what does he like watching? This one. This is the sixth. And my friend Tom writes a blog on the internet. So this goes here. What does he write about? This is the seventh one. Okay, so now let's hear audio 2.9 and 2.10. We will listen and check if we might have some extra information from the video, from the audio, then we might add these to sentences. And then we are going to listen 2.10, and we here will be listening 5 conversations, and I want you to listen and just write as a comment under the video, okay? Because after all, I will check all the comments, and in the comments we are going to discuss what we heard and what we understood. Okay, this is very important for your improvement of English. And then here we are going to write about the verbs that we heard from this audio. Okay, so let's start to listen the audios.
Tape script 2.9. Talking about family and friends. 1.
My husband comes from Belgium.
Where exactly in Belgium?
From the capital, Brussels.
2.
My grandmother lives in the next town.
Does she visit you often?
Yes, she does. Every Sunday.
3.
My mother loves reading.
What does she read?
Detective stories.
4.
My father travels a lot in his job.
Where does he go?
He's in Berlin this week.
5.
My sister speaks Spanish very well. She wants to learn French too.
Does she want to be an interpreter?
No, she doesn't. She wants to be a teacher.
6.
My little brother watches TV a lot.
What does he like watching?
Sport, and football.
7.
My friend Tom writes a blog on the internet.
What does he write about?
Everything and everybody.
Okay, so we got some extra informations I wrote here. For example, she wants to be a teacher. She is from Brussels, from Belgium. So she visits her every Sunday. She reads detective stories. So these are the extra informations. So let's go to the audio 2.10.
Tape script 2.10. 1.
What does your sister do? She's a student. She wants to be a doctor, so she studies a lot.
2.
Does Peter like his new job?
No, he doesn't. He works very hard and he doesn't earn a lot of money.
3.
Is that your dog?
No, he isn't. He's my mother's. He goes with her everywhere. She loves him a lot. His name's Boris.
4.
Your friend Ella speaks English very well.
Yes, she does. She goes to England every summer.
5.
What does your grandfather do all the time?
Well, he watches TV a lot. But on Saturdays he plays golf with friends. And on Sundays he visits us.
Okay, that's it. So, here from the first conversation, they talked about sister. And then Peter's job, dog, friend, somebody, and grandfather. So, we listened 5 conversations here. From the first one about the sister, and then the Peter's job, right? And then let's listen again, and for each conversation we are going to write down some of the verbs that we hear. Let's listen again.
Tape script 2.10. 1.
What does your sister do?
She's a student. She wants to be a doctor, so she studies a lot.
2.
Does Peter like his new job?
No, he doesn't. He works very hard and he doesn't earn a lot of money.
3.
Is that your dog?
No, he isn't. He's my mother's. He goes with her everywhere. She loves him a lot. His name's Boris.
4.
Your friend Ella speaks English very well.
Yes, she does. She goes to England every summer.
5.
What does your grandfather do all the time?
Well, he watches TV a lot. But on Saturdays he plays golf with friends. And on Sundays he visits us.
Okay, we heard some of the verbs here, like do, want, study, like, watch, earn, I heard it, earn, go, love, speaks, do, watch, play, visit. These are the words we heard from the conversations. If you guys heard some of the other verbs, you can write them down as a comment. Okay, let's go on. Write the name of a friend or relative. Ask and answer questions with your partner. For example, you can talk about your father. Who is he? Where? What does he do? So what is his job? So where does he live, or where does he work? And what does he like doing? Okay, you can make a practice like this about your relative. Okay, so now we are going to listen another audio 2.11, and we are going to do this practice. Listen and think the sentence that you hear. Okay, let's listen.
Tape script 2.11. 1.
He likes his job.
2.
She loves working.
3.
He isn't married.
4.
Does he have 3 children?
5.
Where does he go?
Okay, from this practice we learn to understand when we hear from somebody, we should make the difference between the verbs and the sentences. Like, he likes his job, we might understand it like she likes her job, so you should make the difference. She loves walking, like you can mistake it, like you can understand that the conversation is about she loves walking, but no, She loves working, not walking. So you can mismatch them. He isn't married. Does he have 3 children? Not she. And where does he go? So with this page we have done. So let's go to page 18, and in this page we are going to read a lot and try to make some conversation. So I want you to look at the pictures, read these sentences about Babur Ali, who is from India, or I guess, yeah, from India. Underline what you think is true. So these are the pictures where he lives. What does he do? I guess he's like a teacher. You see, he's trying to teach some people, some students here. So he's like a teacher. I feel it. I didn't read the paragraph before, but I guess this is what he wants to do. Okay, so let's read about Babur Ali and try to understand what does he do and what is his ambitions. Okay, let me erase this. Let's read it. He is 16 years old and a head teacher. So it's very interesting, right? Although he's 16 years old and he's a teacher already. So I guess in India the economic situation is very bad. That's why there are no schools enough, or there are no teachers enough. So as he likes teaching, so he just becomes a teacher. Let's read it. Babur Ali comes from West Bengal in India. So if we ask a question, where does he live, or where does he come from, let's write it as a question. The first one, where does he live? Okay, it's easy. The answer is easy. He lives in West Bengal in India. Okay, he's 16 years old. How old is he? Okay, easy. Okay, so when you read a paragraph, you should make some questions in your mind, and these are the questions we are doing now. Okay, and he lives in the small village of Mbapta. Okay, his village doesn't have a school. You see, his village doesn't have a school. But Babur is lucky because he goes to a private school in the next village. He goes to a private school, in which in private school you need to pay money. It's not government one. His school costs 1,000 rupees. You see, 1,000 rupees, 12 euros a year. It's costs like this. This is too expensive. This is too expensive for many children in Babur's village. Why we use here this is this is expensive, right? But if we write here too expensive, which is very expensive, which means very expensive for the people that they live there. So which means in a year they can't even earn 12 euros. Okay, but they want to learn. All the students want to learn. So Babur teaches them everything that he learns. More and more children want to learn, so Babur's friends help him teach. The classes are in bamboo huts. So I will show you this. The class is in bamboo. You see, these are the bamboos. A type of tree, okay? So bamboo huts, but bamboo huts means these are the huts, okay? These are the huts, bamboo huts. So they close it with these huts and try to make a school like this, like we see in this photo. Okay, but sometimes they sit outdoors. They sit like this, outdoors. Outside, which means the school is free and now has a name, the Anand Kisha Nikitan School, and Babur is the head teacher. I guess he's the only teacher there. Okay, so in his busy days, Babur's days are very busy. He has no free time. He gets up 5 o'clock in the morning and helps his mother with the housework. He's a very nice guy. At 8 o'clock, he goes by bus to his school 3 miles away. He studies hard all day until 4 in the afternoon. So, he studies a lot. Then, he travels back to his village and at 5 he begins the classes. He teaches English, Bengali, history, maths until 8 in the evening. So he works 3 hours with the kids. Okay. He says, I love teaching, I'm never tired. And Babur's ambitions. Ambitions, guys, you should check it from the Google Translator or from your dictionaries. Ambitions means what we want to do, what our desires, what we want to do in the future. Okay, now the school has 650 students, very crowded school, and 10 teachers. Babur wants to study at university, but he doesn't want to stop teaching. He says, I always want to teach poor children. Very nice guy. We heard from the Babur Ali, which is a very nice guy. So let's do the practices, okay? So, a really good job. Look at the pictures, read these sentences about Babur Ali, underline what you think is true. Babur gets up at 5 a.m. or 8 a.m. We just read it. Babur gets up at 5 o'clock. Here gets up at 5 o'clock. So 5 a.m. So here I will teach you if they write a.m. or p.m. we have. Okay, if a.m. it's written, it's which means morning. If p.m. means night, at night. So in the morning at 5 a.m. he wakes up, gets up. He helps his mother in the house or father at work. He helps his mother in the house. He goes to school by bus or car? By bus. He studies hard until 1 a.m. or 4 p.m. Okay. Let's check it. He studies hard. Okay. Until 4 in the afternoon. So this is 4. So and then he teaches students English, Bengali, history until 8 in the evening p.m. Okay, so the answer will be here. He studies hard until 4. He begins his classes at 5 p.m. He likes his work. He likes. He speaks English. He doesn't speak English. Let's read it again. If he teaches English, then he speaks English. So he speaks English. He wants to go to university. And this is the practice first. And let's go to the second practice. Read the first paragraph about Babur. Ask and answer the questions with a partner. Where does Babur come from? So, how we will answer to this question? Let me take another pen. Where does he come from? He comes from Bengal. The city Bapta, I guess. Bapta village, or maybe city, maybe village. Where does he live? Easy. He lives in a small village of Bapta. You see? Easy. He lives in a small village. Small village. Okay. Does his village have a school? His village has no school. So there is no any school. Why is he lucky? Why is he lucky? Because he can go to a private school in the next village. So he goes to a private school in next village. Okay, how much does his school costs? His school costs €12 a year. What does he teach children? He teaches. You see, we ask the questions with the simple present tense, we answer them with the simple present tense. He teaches, you see, teaches. We use here suffix es. I want you to understand the differences. Okay, he teaches English, Bangladeshi language, Bengali language, maths. Okay, are all the classes outdoors? Because there is no school, so some of the classes are outdoors, but some of the classes are in the school which is made by bamboo huts. So you can say some classes are in a school which is made by bamboo huts. Okay. So, what's his school name? Is it free? So, I want to check it again. What is his school's name? And the question, what else? Is it free? His school is not free. His school is a private one. But there is no name here. His school doesn't have a name. Okay, so his school name. There is no school name. Is it free? So there is no school name, and it costs €12 a year. Okay, so let's go to practice third. In this practice, read about Babur's busy days. Ask and answer questions about the times in Babur's day. So we read it, busy days. So we can ask some questions. Let me erase these and let's write new type of questions. Babur's days are very busy. He has no free time. Okay. For example, if we ask, what does he do in his free time? Okay, so the answer will be he has no free time. He gets up at 5 o'clock. When does he get up? In the morning. In the morning. Okay, this is the question. And helps his mother with the housework. At 8 o'clock he goes by bus to his school. When does he go to school? And how does he go to school? You can ask another question. How does he, this is O here, how does he go to school? Okay, the answer will be he goes to school by bus. Okay, he studies hard all day until 4 in the afternoon. Then he travels back to his village, and at 5 he begins the classes. When does he begin classes? Begin teaching classes or classes. Okay. He teaches English, Bengali, history. Okay. So, what does he teach? Okay. So, let's go to the fourth practice. Read about Babur's ambitions, correct the sentences. Ambitions is easy. Now the school has 650 students and 10 teachers. Babur wants to study at university. This is his ambition, but he doesn't want to stop teaching, he says. Okay, let's do it. So the school has 60 students. No, it doesn't have 60 students. It has 650 students. Okay. It has 5 teachers. No, it doesn't have 5 teachers, so we will write here. No, it doesn't have 5 teachers. It has, you see how we answer negative in the negative form. It has 10 teachers in the school. Okay, so Babur wants to stop teaching. No, he doesn't want to stop teaching. Okay, he wants to continue teaching. Okay, he wants to be a doctor. This is not his ambition. No, he doesn't want to be a doctor. He wants to study at university. Okay, so that's it. And now I want you to guys work with a partner, complete the questions. How many students does he have? You can write it like this. How many students does he have? Easy. How many students does he have? Okay. How many teachers? How many teachers are there in his school? They have 10 teachers. What time does he start studying, for example? What time does he start teaching, for example? And how much does his school cost? We ask question like this. How much does his school costs? Easy. So your teacher's name. What is your teacher's name? You can say, what is your teacher's name? Easy. Is he a good teacher? Let me erase this. Is he a good teacher? You can ask. So you see, here we learn, we have a lot of type of questions. So I'm trying to teach you now some different types of questions. So you need to memorize them all and try to understand the way of asking questions. What does he teach? What does he teach? Easy. Okay, and does he work hard? The last one. Does he work hard? Okay, so for now we have done with the page 18 and 19. So in the next video we are going to discuss and study page 20, and in this page we are going to study some vocabulary and we are going to make some listening. Okay, see you in the next video. Have a good day.